Good morning, this is Athens Cell Phone Electronics again with another video for you. Today our video is going to be on a few topics. It's going to be on USB debugging mode and developer mode on a cell phone. Now a lot of people are going to ask, what are these? Developer mode is a mode that is a hidden menu on your device if it's an Android that gives you additional settings on your device. This is typically used by technicians, by people who work on your devices, but it's also some handy settings in there that can make things better for you. If, let's say, for example, your device, the screen gets broke, you can no longer see the screen. There are apps out there that you can hook your device to a computer where you can have an app or a program that will show the screen of your device on the computer, even though you can't see the screen on the phone. Now, in order for this to work, you have to have two things. You have to have your developer mode have been turned on, and then you go into the developer mode, and there's a setting called USB debugging. Now, what is USB debugging? USB debugging is a setting that gives you a higher level of access into the device that is used a lot of times by technicians, but can also be used by you, the consumer, if you have programs to do things like recover your contacts, images, things like that from your phone once you are logged or blocked out of it because you can no longer see your screen. So these are a couple settings that with the correct apps, it can protect you, it can protect your device, it can let you see what is going on with your device. You no longer see the screen on the device. You can hook it to your computer. You can see if with a phone app that you can see the screen on the device. You can actually use the device, take off all your contacts, your pictures, those important things to you, and save them on your PC without losing them inside the device or having to have the screen replaced or take it somewhere to pay to get those items recovered. Now, those are services that we do offer at Athens Cell Phone and Electronics. If you don't want to go through these steps, you can bring your device into us, and for a fee, we will go in and we will recover that information. Now, that being said, if developer mode has not been turned on your device, we won't have access to it without replacing the screen because you have to enable developer mode on the screen of the device, and you cannot use a screen program to see the screen of the device without developer mode enabled. So let's go through the steps, show you how this is done. It's relatively easy to set up. Once it's set up on your device has more accessibility should anything ever happen to it. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is go down to our apps, then we'll select our settings menu. It looks like the little gear. Now, once we're in settings, we have a variety of tabs across the top and menus. We'll go to the More tab at the top. We'll select it. Once we're there, it'll bring up some more options. You'll see I have developer mode enabled, but what you would do is go to About Device, and then you would look for the build number of the device. You'll scroll down through the menu, and once you see build, you'll click on it 6 times, and it will tell you once it's finished that USB debug or that developer mode has been enabled. Then you'll go back one step and you'll see developer mode and click on it. Under developer mode, you'll go down and find USB debugging. You will check mark it, and that will enable USB debugging. Now you'll see a bunch of additional features and advanced settings in here that you may want to use on your device as well. One that we'll go ahead and enable, and I'll explain a little later, is the mock locations, to allow mock locations. It's a setting that lets you use apps to show a location other than where the device actually is. We'll explain that a little more at the end of the video. And here is the setting, allow mock locations. We'll just check mark it. Okay, that's it. You've enabled USB debugging mode and developer mode, and we've also changed a setting. Okay, we've seen the steps to go through and enable USB debugging. We've also seen the steps to enable developer mode. These are steps that should help you in the future should anything ever happen to your device, and it also gives you some handy settings. One of the settings that we enabled in the device was mock locations, and you'll see that setting can be used for some neat apps like GPS spoofing. If you wanted other people to maybe think you were in a different location or not know where you were, there are GPS spoofing apps out there that actually interrupt the GPS signal from the antenna of your device and inject a GPS signal showing wherever you want people to think you are. And it also, there are some neat things that those apps do in some paid versions where you can actually show it driving at certain speeds from place to place, stopping at multiple locations for different amounts of time, and stuff like that. And if you want to see some apps like that, how to use them, how they're set up, leave us a comment, subscribe to our channel, and we can do some videos on those types of apps if it's something that someone's interested in. Now, I know some of you are saying, hold on a minute. You're giving criminals the ability to show themselves someplace else while they're committing a crime. Well, this is not really true because the actual law enforcement agencies, if they have a need to know where someone is at or they want to track their location, they can contact the cellular provider with a warrant and they can find out by triangulation the actual location of the cell phone signal of that device and pin it down within feet of where that device actually was during those times. But it keeps private individuals, people who may be looking at your Facebook location or looking at your Google location and seeing where you're at. It's a fun thing to play around with and tell people that, maybe you're at Mount Everest climbing the Alps or, someplace like that, maybe in Hawaii or Florida on a fabulous vacation just for fun. But anyway, if you like this video, please subscribe. Let us know if there are any other videos that you want to see and like us. Thank you.